Welcome back to Beer There Drunk That, the most technically difficult podcast in the world. Keegan's phone doesn't work. His microphone does. Basically, Keegan's
It's just
having
Keegan.
issues.
Keegan's the fuck up tonight. Like Keegan just isn't doing it for anybody tonight. But what are you gonna do? So
But we're proud of the hard work he's put in to overcome. We're so proud
so
of you, truly.
we're just gonna have to crack all of these beers and drink them really, really fast. So we make sure before any interruption comes, we're through the podcast.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rough one for me. I got a bottle of my own beer tonight, boys.
Oh, that's such a
Oh,
flex.
Yeah,
That's such a flex. I'm drinking me tonight.
yeah. It's a clone of Brewdog's Elvis juice.
Oh,
I
the
made this a while
nice.
ago. And I was like, man, I kind of want an IPA tonight. And so I had two bottles of this sitting in the fridge. Hopefully it doesn't explode. I've had a couple bottle bombs from these.
Okay, so we're gonna have to make sure we get some actual video.
Yeah. We got a towel right here.
I
I. Oh, no, please,
no,
please
no,
go ahead.
please go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Technical
Please go ahead.
Difficulties.
No,
Okay.
no, I insist. Okay, so I what
So
I
I'm
have
drinking.
is Luke, are you kidding me?
Drives me up a fucking wall. Oh, brother.
This guy
This
stinks.
So
guy.
I'm drinking from Genesee Brewing Company. This is the Mango Peach Kolsch. Because what else are we gonna drink during the summer?
It's true. It's spring break right now, boys.
Oons, oons,
Yeah.
oons, 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 oons.
Um, I I'm drinking Talking Cursive Brewing Company's Parade Day Irish Red, which this one isn't as
Oh,
summery as much as it is, entrance into spring. I'm very
it's
excited. Although I
it's
don't go to Parade
springy.
Day in Syracuse, I go to Parade Day in Buffalo. But actually, gentlemen, if you're okay with it, I do have a brief history of this beer and
I'm
the area
cracking
that it
mine
stems
first.
from.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink.
Okay, yeah, no, 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 no. Please get your drink, your
No, I'm
popcorn,
I'm,
all
I'm
that
gonna
good
need a
stuff.
drink to listen to you for this one.
Uh-oh.
Told you I was gonna have a
Did
bottle
we have an
bomb.
expl Yeah, we had an explosion.
And you,
Uh-oh, Donnie got excited.
yeah, it's just brutal right now.
This is not our night.
No.
Wait, Donnie, is that the beer like actively overflowing with bubbles?
Yes.
That's so much.
Oh, it's still going. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just going. I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a little bit. I've got a glass here ready to go, but
Soiled it.
yeah, put too
All right,
much
Luke.
sugar in there.
Yeah. Luke, tell
So
us.
this is interesting.
Is that a good interesting or a bad interesting?
Well, I'll say it this way. It's not good. So
On the interesting front or the flavor front?
it kind of has an aroma of a fart. It's a little weird.
Luke's
I'm like not
gassy.
exaggerating either. It's really weird.
Would you say
Someone
it's drier than
pranking.
a popcorn fart?
It is legitimately dry.
Drier than a
Um,
popcorn fart. That's something my grandfather
so
used to say.
what does that mean though?
I don't know.
Then a popcorn like a short fart, like a quick like rapid fire fart.
I don't know.
I feel like those end up wet half the time though for me.
He was Scottish. He's not
Oh,
alive anymore.
that explains it.
I can't really get answers.
We're gonna get a medium just so we can actually ask the question.
Yeah. It might be a large. He was kind of a big guy.
Jesus.
It's so good.
All
It's
right,
so
Luke, do
good.
your fucking history while I deal with this foam monster.
Well, so you might notice from the art on the can, which is really cool, that the green light is on the top and the red light is on the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and yellow is in the middle. Okay. And the reason that is because in Tipperary Hill, which is a district in the city of Syracuse, New York, they actually have the lights the opposite way up on the hill there. And now I thought the reason was like just because they decided very peacefully, probably through city council, that they would switch it because it was heavy Irish population. But as it turns out, it is due to a bunch of drunk Irishmen that were there working on the Erie Canal who when the city was putting in lights there, they kept get for the British over the green for the Irish.
I love
So
that.
then eventually Syracuse, yeah, eventually Syracuse was just like, okay, we're losing a lot of money on this. Let's just do it that way. So that was yeah, it's pretty crazy. But
I like
yeah, we'll
that.
take it.
I like that. Well, it sounds like the beer's not as great as the story.
Yeah, the beer's not good. That's really disappointing. But also there's this really cool Irish pub on the top of the hill there called Coleman's. Um, I highly, highly recommend anybody who's going to be in the Syracuse area to go check that place out because it's awesome.
Amazing.
Anyways, Donnie is mopping up. He's doing a full cleaning.
He's gonna turn this into a shower beer podcast in a second.
Yeah, I'm podcasting from my bathroom. I'm also using the worst towel I own. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Uh, this was a free giveaway towel from the Brewers a couple years ago. And I think it actively gets things wetter.
Magnifies it. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But I did also magnify my summer spirit this past week, boys. Went down to
That's
Florida
nice.
after having some summer beers.
Oh.
And that was about it. That's all I had.
That's all you did.
No,
You got
You just
highlights
went
from
to, I
that?
mean,
I mean I had a lot of great beers and cocktails really, guys, First of all, everywhere in Disney World, Yingling on draft, baby.
dude, it's the wildest thing to me. I don't understand it. Like, why Yingling of all beers?
It's fine, like sure.
No, I don't mind it. It's yeah, totally fine. It's just weird.
Um, no, the big highlights were the first day we were there, checked into the hotel on Disney. You get free admission to the water park on your check-in day. So we went to Blizzard Beach, went down the water
Wow.
slides, stuff like that. Went down the big one, the
Hell
Summit Plummet.
yeah.
I got water up my nose. Um,
And your butt.
yep. But also, I was clenching so hard, I got cramps after that one, dude. But it was the park closed at, I think the water park closed at 5 and it was like 4:15, 4:20, not even like 4:30. And we are drying off, cleaning up, and I'm like, I'll go get a beer for the four of us to split. Me, Sophie, Maddie, and Buddy. And I go up there, and you can only buy beer in a souvenir cup at the water park. They're
Of
really
course.
trying to discourage it, but you get cheap refills with it. And so, a woman's like, "Well, you can only buy it in a souvenir cup, and you won't get your refill value out of it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's whatever. I'm splitting it among four people. Like, just being nice and buying the first beer of the weekend." And they're like, and she's like, "Okay, well," she's like, "Well, you don't even have that much time to get the refills out of it. Like, we close in 15, 20 minutes, and then the water park closes at 5." And I'm like, "Okay, but I still want the beer." And she's like, "Oh, so you're all set." And I'm like, "No, give me the beer. Like, here's my credit card.
I'm
Just
trying to
give me
give
the
you my
$12
money.
beer." Yeah. Like, she was mad because she was closing out the register. Um, anyway,
Oh,
I got the beer and the cup. Fuck you. I drank liquid IV out of that cup every morning and night.
hell yes. Donnie, I also heard we have a similar accomplishment.
Drank around the world.
Drank
Um,
around the world.
And actually, I've got right here. It was the Festival of the Arts, which was really cool because that means I could get like half pours of beer everywhere, and I didn't have to break my
Oh,
bank account and my liver
that's really nice.
simultaneously. We did get some full cocktails at places, and Sophie and I split a lot, but we still did drink everywhere. But of course, the American Adventure there at Epcot, I did have the beer flight that they were going off of. which was a pineapple daydream IPA from Wicked Weed Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina. Swamp
Mm.
Head Brewing's Neon Palette Lager from Gainesville, Florida. And Lost Coast Brewery out of Eureka, California had a peanut butter chocolate milk stout.
Oh,
All were
Wow.
phenomenal. You know, the Neon Palette Lager was like a lime lager, phenomenal. You guys know my preference for those. Great, great stuff. Yeah, I didn't really feel too bad after that day. It was a lot of drinking, a lot of eating that day, but we got it done. Um, you can check it out on Instagram. And then just the rest of the week, I had the green beer at Animal Kingdom. It was really good.
oh, it's so good, dude.
It's like peach yuzu or like
It's
it's like
yeah.
apricot peach Luke, and it's just green. It's really really good.
Not to mention the Avatar ride itself is
Who
so
brews
sick.
that?
It's from Terrapin.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Terrapin makes yeah, Hawks Grog by Terrapin Beer Co. I have my Untapped up, and the other one that was really good that I think was actually better was the amber that they make for Avatar.
I didn't have the amber. I
Hi
did the green beer.
High
But
Country.
you like
Um,
you like the amber that they did?
really really good. I also had the Gold Squadron Lager, Olga's Cantina, for big
Oh,
Star Wars
that
Galaxy Edge.
sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was lavender plum lager. It was phenomenal. Um, and
Space
then
plums.
Space Plums. And then the other beer highlight was I had a flight down at Baseline Tap House there in Hollywood Studios, which I
Oh,
would
dude,
recommend everyone go to.
I so well, we went to Disney last 2 years ago. I forget when I went. I don't know. We went on a surprise trip for Maddie, and we were just walking around Hollywood Studios, just just dicking around, killing time. And we walked by Baseline, and my dad was like, "Wait, what is that? Should we go in there?" And it's awesome. Like it's
It
it's such a hidden gem in Hollywood Studios.
right across from Muppet Vision 3D. What more do you
Yep,
want?
dude, that's such a great show too.
They're getting rid of it.
I know. I'm
So
sad.
it's going to be on Disney Plus though. They're putting Muppet Vision on Disney Plus.
All right, all right, all right.
But the flight I had there, I mean, they have Mango Card on tap, boys.
They,
It's great.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
If you find Mango Cart, your life is good, dude.
that's how you know it's a good beer establishment.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was just a good week of drinking, had great cocktails everywhere too. I had a Mai Tai from Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, down at the Polynesian Resort actually.
Nice.
Most expensive drink I had all week. It was like a $19-20 cocktail.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
it was
Those are
phenomenal though.
CMAC prices.
Dude, it was phenomenal though. Like genuinely. That's I think the best Mai Tai I've ever had.
Anna has done drinking around the world. But I have not, which may come as a shock, but I was late going to my cousin's wedding in Disney, so I wasn't able to partake, but I'm glad that A. Rydelic got to do that. And
We
Keegan is holding an L on his forehead.
Yep.
we should do it all
Um,
together.
we absolutely should. Can you imagine? Like that just sounds sick.
I
I'm in. I'm in.
I
Caitlin
don't know,
hates Disney.
boys.
Why does she
I
hate it?
I don't know. She's not into the whole like. I think her thing is she's not into the Disney adult thing. And my family, because we've done Disney a few times as a family, and we do Disney hard. Like
That's what I just did.
not every day open to close, but like we'll hit park open like all of the parks at least once, and then the other days we'll kind of mosey in. But we'll hit like park open one day, go like to a couple different parks, and then close down a park. Like we do Disney hard, hard.
I mean, we dedicated 4 straight days to 4 straight parks.
Yeah,
Sophie's family is a Disney family. Her parents met at a Disney store,
I
working
love
at a
that
Disney store. It's really, really good though. I mean, it's nice to have them in the know of
so
stuff, but also it's a little intimidating initially, but I still had an
for
amazing week.
sure. Yeah, I'm
What were
glad
you
you
gonna
had a
say,
good time.
Luke?
this is going to be an unpopular opinion among our group here. And it's going to be a hot take, I believe. But I plan to hide the existence of Disney parks from my children for as long as I possibly can.
You're a
I
terrible
am
human.
with Caitlin. I am not a
You're
Disney
you're
person. know. I go there and I just see some of the darkest parts of humanity all packed into albeit fun park.
It's
Disease.
my
But
2 cents is there's a right
war.
age to do it because
Yes,
like there's up until they're like 5 or 6, they
they're
don't
not gonna
want to do
remember
any
it.
rides. They won't remember it. They just want to see a picture of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Like I didn't go until I was like 12 or 13, honestly, the first time.
yeah.
And it's really fun, I think, honestly, as an adult, because you can just say fuck it and like be a little stupid. Like, yeah, I will say hi to Goofy when he comes over to my table at breakfast.
No, I listen. I agree because the it's a different. We always talk about Disney magic when we go to Disney, and like there's just a different Disney magic when you're a kid versus when you're an adult. And I think it's cool to see both sides of the coin. I think you're a bad human for hiding the existence of it.
Luke, you're telling me
Um,
that you, as probably a top 3 Star Wars fan in my life, um, like you don't want your child to experience Galaxy's Edge because
and like they're expanding it too.
I high five Chewbacca. I drove the Millennium Falcon. Like,
Like
imagine
cool
if I did
shit.
that when I was
You
7, dude.
raise you raise a good point. But here's the
I would have
thing.
shit
If I'm
myself.
going to do that, well, the problem is like that is awesome. The Animal Kingdom is my favorite part too, and like the Avatar stuff is awesome to me as well. Um, I I will be bankrupted. I will be bankrupted because I won't be able to not have booze in my hand, and it's too expensive. I, that's part of it. Like I won't even be on my kids that I would be bankrupted
You'll
at
be
Disney
the
parks. It would
irresponsible
be yeah,
one.
but no. It's
All right. Well, it's well, I think that's worth
come
discussion
on,
at a
all the
later
parents
date.
are half in the bag when they're
Well, guys, I do want to tell you about well, actually, yeah, I'll tell you about my fun beer experience first. So, when I was looking for high ABV beers last week, I came across one at City Swiggers, and you're gonna have to guess who it's by. Beer for Power Plays.
Wow. Off Color Brewing,
Off Color
Chicago,
Brewing, baby.
Illinois.
Yep, yep.
One of my favorite tap rooms I've ever been to, man.
I want to get there so
I
bad.
love that place so much. Like I want all of their merchandise too. I gotta check their merch on their website right now. It's so fucking good,
I'm
man.
in. Let me know if they got any deals.
Yeah.
Um, it was a Baltic Porter, really good beer.
Great start.
I got to drink it while I was watching the USA kick the shit out of Canada. Like it was outstanding. Just a great beer for the setting.
You dropping the band to go to the garden
Yeah,
this
right.
weekend, dude?
Yeah, I wish. I wish.
Tickets are like $1,200 right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, whatever. But okay, so let me start the train of our actual beers that we reviewed for this week.
Yeah, we should do that.
Um, I figured we should. So I'm gonna start with an old classic. When I'm thinking summer, it's IPA season.
Okay.
Quintessential IPA, heady motherfucking topper.
Amazing.
So I had it in the fridge. I'm not gonna say that I wasn't trying to save a little bit of
Eddie
money.
Topper.
Um, wow, Luke is like really far behind us.
Oh, yes, I am. Sorry. I think my
There it is.
responses are coming in
Yeah.
late. You guys
I
are
wa-
glitching.
I was waiting to see like the actual delay. It's like when you hear the or you see the lightning and then you count the distance for the thunder.
hmm I'm gonna fart and see how long it takes Luke to
There it
laugh.
is. Wait, but the best is like when we're
Oh,
laughing, and so he just starts laughing so that he's laughing with us, and I think that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
hang on, I gotta. I'm I'm dog sitting. The dog is 1 sec.
I think he just said that the dog is getting drunk.
He's dog
Um,
sitting right now. Which is crazy because I think he should sit on a chair.
I agree. It feels kind of inhumane. Um, but regardless, I mean, Heady Topper, we've talked about it before. It's hoppy, it's crisp, it's an IPA. Like
It is like the first New England
it's
IPA from what I
the
know.
yeah. So like it was just I mean, it was great. I think in the warm weather it's a great beer. Um, Especially nice and cold, and it's one worth having in the fridge.
Yeah, it's the one beer I can like never find when I'm back in New England. I like just guess I have to go back to Vermont and find it next time I'm back.
Yeah, that feels crazy to me that you can't find it.
I maybe I gotta look harder, but like the good beer places that I go to do not have it.
Hmm.
I've looked hard.
That happens.
Well, Beers of the World doesn't have it, and they have all the beers in the whole world.
It's in the name.
I love waiting for the delay on Zoom. It's killing me. Um, Luke, do you want to go next, or Donnie, whoever wants to talk about their summer beer?
Let's get Luke going.
Okay, Peach Kolsch is what I went with. Super, super. Oh, got a, I got a barking dog. What is going on? Okay, only 5% ABV. All right, I'm very excited for Kolsch season to begin at some point here, but I am of the opinion that peach is a very underrated and underutilized fruit and beer. Um, but I understand that there are a lot of people out there who do not like peach. So I totally get that. I respect that. If you don't like peach, you are certainly not going to like this. Gentlemen, I gave this a 4.5 on Untapped. It's
Very
a
nice.
really, really fantastic beer, which is weird because so many people, like when I was putting it in, I looked at what other people rated it, and they rated it pretty low. But maybe
Interesting.
they're drinking it in summer when they're sick of so many Kolsch's. But yeah, it had authentic peach flavor. It was crisp. It was in a refreshing package. Okay. It was a sweet and slightly creamy beer with some wheat through the finish, but it was very, very good. I was very happy with it. You know, I had images of running through the grass and dragonflies and bonfires and other summer things, sleds and Santa. Mm.
That's in the
Common
southern
Rochester,
hemisphere.
yeah, common Rochester winter or summer. I mean,
That's interesting. I'm looking at it now on Untapped. Like peach is one of my favorite fruits just for flavorings in general. I think like stone fruits like that kind of have a more like I'll say milder base flavor. They usually don't get too overwhelming, which I like about them. And I don't think I've really ever had like a bad peach like eating one. So I think that just kind of contributes. Like I think white peach liquid IV is one of the best flavors of liquid IV.
really good.
Um, would recommend that.
Ooh.
White peach Celsius also really good.
Oh, dude, I like that one. When they had Celsius at the hospital in the vending machine before they realized it's not good for you.
No,
Um,
it's horrible for you.
it's really not good for you. As we sit here drinking beer, to be fair, um,
There's not 200
but
milligrams of caffeine in this beer,
it's
dude.
very true. It's very true.
Like
But I did,
like a Red Bull is mild compared to a Celsius.
yeah, yeah. But it was no, I liked the peach one. It was good. But yeah, Luke, I'm glad to hear it. I'm gonna have to try that next time I can get my hands on it because I'm a sucker for peach as well.
Well, you're glad to hear it in about a 10-second delay.
Yeah, I already actually stepped out, came back in, and then you said it. So
What is going on with this delay?
I'm guessing it's your internet.
What is going on?
Well, I have a beer that also has peach flavor in it. I got the Hawaii 5 Ale from
Love
Distill
that.
Brewing in Normal, Illinois, is where they're out of.
Does that so does that imply the existence of an abnormal Illinois?
Weird, Illinois.
The rest of it.
Yeah. But it's a blonde ale with pineapple, coconut, mango, peach, and guava.
Oh,
6.4% ABV. It says fruity, juicy, tropical. Um, I gave this beer. Hold on, I had it up. You guys have me looking at my other beers. Hold on. I gave this beer a 3.25 out of 5. I thought it was a fun name of a beer. I really so that's a burp. Um, I would say guava and pineapple were the main fruits that I got out of this beer. Pretty light on the peach. Um, and the coconut was one that like it rounded it out into that coconut buttery creaminess,
hmm.
which I really really liked. This is the type of beer I would say you give your friends who like aren't really into beer but want to drink something that's not a sour.
Oh, I like that.
Um, like
Okay.
it has the flavors of a sour typically would, but it doesn't have like that tartness and like it definitely had a beer backbone to it, which I liked.
That sounds really nice. It sounds like I mean, so 3.25. Okay, so it was above average for you, but like not,
I thought the flavors
not an
were
all
overall
star.
lackluster. Like there wasn't,
Not the best.
yeah, it was definitely tropical and fruity. But I was just, it advertised itself with more flavors on it than I really got. Mango was near non-existent for me in there, and mangoes, along with peaches, one of my more favorite fruit flavors.
All right, I mean, I respect that.
Yeah, it was really really like
I
it was
would
a
I would
it was
be I would be very excited by the name, and so I think if I were to drink it and have a similar reaction, I probably would rate it even a little bit lower just because I was so disappointed from the name. Did you find that experience or like?
the name is why I bought it. I was at the beer store, and it said Hawaii 5 Ale, and I go, that's silly. I'm gonna buy that. uh, I've like you, Keegan. I've just have like a crazy backlog of beers in my fridge right now that I've been working through. A large part of it is various cream ales, as I've said before. I have a lot of Genesee cream ale, a lot of Cream City Bricks from Enlightened Brewing, as well as a lot of pistachio cream ale from Indeed Brewing. So,
I'll tell you, like, still all of mine are like pumpkin beers. I have so many pumpkin beers, and it's insane. So I'll just have to age them until next October, and then just get into them and have a time.
yeah, I had to finally move them to a different compartment of the fridge. Last time we were at Indeed, my friend gave me some of their new seltzers that they're coming out with. Their THC seltzers.
Oh,
Um, and they're specifically they're sleepy ones because if I choose to partake, it's for sleep related reasons because I like every so often you just need to teleport 12 hours away. You pop a gummy, you pop a gummy at like 8 o'clock, you wake up 8 a.m. the next morning, you feel great. Um, but these are it's like 5 milligrams THC, 10 milligrams of CBD, and then it also has tryptophan, melatonin, and it's made with like tart cherry juice as flavoring. So
Jesus
it's
Christ!
just gonna knock
Oh,
you out, man.
Dude, they made Dayquil or Nyquil. That's what
yeah.
they made.
Yes. I haven't drank one yet because I'm worried I'm just gonna lose a day of my life.
You're gonna have to drink it on like a Friday night, and just wake up Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm at work somehow already. But
I
no,
drove.
I had to move them out of the beer compartment of the fridge because I was like, nope, I'm gonna accidentally crack this and be screwed.
Wait, so it's a THC like CBD seltzer. Does
Mhm.
that mean there's alcohol in it as well?
No,
Okay, okay,
no, zero alcohol.
okay. But like that's yeah, they still literally just made NyQuil.
Yeah, and I've been known to enjoy the seltzers of that variety. That's like to me, that's a good way to like dose yourself throughout the night. You can sip on it for a while, and honestly, they taste pretty good a lot of places.
Fair. That's fair. Luke, do you want to tell everybody why we weren't able to record last week? We got a few minutes, so I figured
Yeah.
we can explain it to them. Give the people an apology. Call a press conference.
Yeah. So so I got snowed in, um, and my equipment for recording the podcast is over at my parents' house, but I am staying at my cousin's house while while they are in Florida. And I am watching their wonderful dog Max, who is very, very confused right now, thinking I think that I'm talking to myself because she is whining and she is uneasy, to say the least. And I'm hammered, so that's even more concern. No, I'm just kidding.
When Uncle Luke gets the bottle of whiskey out, she knows it's a rough
But
night.
uh, but but yeah, so that's why we ended up having to postpone, was because I didn't have any way to conduct my portion of this whole thing. Even though as I'm doing this now, I have like a 10-second delay, so that should be interesting. But
Donnie, listen, Donnie will
better
edit
than
it
nothing.
out. Donnie will edit it out. It'll be fine.
Not doing that. He was counting there on his hands because I was drinking at the same time.
We know his rule until we're paid. There will be
Exactly.
If there's a lot of
no
big
editing.
ums that I can visibly see with my when I look at the waveform, because I know how all of us saying is shaped. Like that one. That those are the big ones I cut out. Otherwise, you get what you get. It's like you're hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, our hangout should be sponsored. So, Henny or anybody else that wants to sponsor us, let us know.
Someone just please pay for Zune Premium for us, really. That's all we
That's
want.
like we want that and like maybe like $50 of beer money a month.
Give me like
Up.
a shirt. I'll wear it to work. A place where I get paid actually, so it's basically free advertising.
Also, I'd like a car.
Well, did you lose yours in the Great Snowstorm?
I did. Yeah, I haven't found it. We haven't
Well,
thought out totally yet. So,
I mean, it's probably parked over in Greece.
You're never getting it back if it's in Greece, man.
Dude, Luke called me. I think was that on Saturday? I think it was Saturday. We'll
was
wait
it
for Luke to
Saturday?
confirm.
Was it when you were lost on the highway, Luke, and your phone kept sending you wrong direction? Because I also talked to him on the phone at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
because I ended up putting the address to my cousin's house in, and there's one with the same exact address, but for a different town. And so I ended up going to that other one, not paying attention like totally to the fact that it was taking me to a different town because I was talking with you guys hands free through my car.
Dude,
But
that
then I was there and I'm like, this is wrong. I should not be here.
this isn't right. One of my favorites is like so I texted Luke afterward and I was like, dude, are you still driving around or like did you get there? Like what happened? And he he goes, "No, I got sick of it. I'm just gonna crash it and call it a day."
Unsalvageable.
That's why he can't find his car. He drove it into a snow embankment and then it's just over.
To get money off my car insurance, I took this 5-hour safe driving course, whatever it's called. Every member of my family did, so we could save money. So I did it, and I learned that you're not supposed to crash. So you guys should probably take it.
Check.
Pretty valuable stuff in there, actually, guys. All right, let's take a break real quick because I still have to clean up the beer, and then I gotta talk about some more beer. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Luke just smashed his headset.
Did it fix the delay though? Is the real question.
Yeah, did it?
I don't know, you tell me.
I can't tell because you guys aren't answering immediately, so I'm starting to think that
It's
either
just
you're doing it on
But
purpose.
no, but really, the delay is you answering us.
Really?
Yeah, so like Donnie and I'll say something, and it's like literally 30 seconds,
I'm
and then
answering the second that you stop talking.
yeah, right now it's
Oh
good.
no, see, I jumped the gun.
No, we hear you in real time. You hear us in the past.
Is that so? Because it seems like you guys are hearing me in the past. So how could that be? Does that set it back like two times in the past? I was bad at math, so I'm genuinely
Are
asking.
are we time traveling?
I did at Disney World, man. Every one of those rides sends you back in time or something, man. You know, it's crazy. We brought back a dinosaur. Like we saved the galaxy with the Guardians. That ride is fucking amphetamines in your body, dude.
That shit is so sick.
It is. I think
So
that's the best
sick.
ride I've ever been on in
The
my life.
music's unreal. Like it's just a
Like
vibe.
I genuinely I got off that ride and I'm like, Sophie, I could make significant financial like life decisions right now and I would have no regrets with them. Like I have clarity in my body. I can feel
Did
it in my bones.
did you go on soaring?
Yes, I had a
Great
bloody
ride.
nose right as we were about to get on it. I'd never
That
been on the
blows.
ride before. Every time we went to Disney when I was younger, it was broken. And then we were literally the next
Oh,
people to get on, and my nose started bleeding. And we said, fuck it. We'll wait for 4 minutes for my nose to fix itself. And sure enough, we were good.
That's a cool ride. I like Soren.
I can't remember what ride we
yeah.
were in line for the next day, but I got a bloody nose like almost the same time of day, too. And I got really nervous that this was just going to be a trend for the
So
week.
Donnie, what does that tell us?
It's crazy that they have cocaine dispensers in the hotels at
Was
Disney.
was just gonna say, cut back on the powdered sugar on the waffles.
The first day at Disney, the only thing I ate until like 7 p.m. or
Mickey
8
waffle.
p.m. was Mickey beignets because we were at the Port Orleans Riverside.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I walked in and Sophie just I would like Sophie get because I was on a different flight than them, so I got there a little late. And I like the bus drops me off at the hotel, and Sophie hands me just a bag with fucking two donuts in it.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
No, Port
Donuts,
Orleans is awesome.
it's so sick.
Yeah, it was the Riverside. It's a little obtuse to get places just because it's like you're in the bayou, and so it's a little more meandery.
Yeah,
But the vibes were immaculate, man.
always. And then like the boat trip to downtown Disney, sweet.
Yeah,
I
dude,
need
Jock
to.
Oh
Lindsay's
yeah.
Hangar Bar is phenomenal.
Yep.
You know.
I
I like the blues bar.
Mm.
I need to go down one time and just like
Whichever
play
that's
the
called.
golf courses. But like staying on Disney is so expensive just to go play golf that it's like,
Yeah, well,
yikes.
especially because what the resorts that do have the golf, like it's what like it's Saratoga Toga Springs, which is like
Yep.
bougie.
Right.
I think Old Key West does Old Key West have one?
I think so. There's like three or four of them.
And then the other one is Shades of Green, which you have to be like involved with the military.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Like so that's where we used to stay when we went when I was younger, because my stepmom's dad was in the Air Force. So we'd go with them
oh,
and we'd stay at Shades of Green. And it's a gorgeous golf course because it's just like a resort that's owned by the Department of Defense.
isn't that fun? That's at
Hmm.
our that's the majority of our defense spending is at Disney Resort.
It's crazy, man. That and 150-year-old people. Because no one knew how to program, and so they just default age. All
I
right.
mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Speaking of golf, actually, I had my next beer. If you don't mind me going first again,
You should go first, Keegan.
I had this
Please.
beer. Well, yeah, Luke's delayed.
He showed up late to his own birth.
Yeah.
Um, this beer. So there's a like a golf simulator downtown from me. It's called Hudson Golf. Great time, good beer. It's expensive, but like it's a good time. So I've been going with James the last couple of weeks. Like we'll split an hour and a half, play around a golf, have a couple beers. And I think it was the second time we went, I saw this, but I didn't get it until this time. It's the Bodie Blonde from Hoboken Brewing. So I think I had talked about maybe one of their beers before because they don't have an actual like footprint. They just brew beers. So that's like a ghost. I don't know. But James also tried it, and his first thing was like, I don't like blondes. Like I don't know if I'm really gonna want it. But after drinking it, like really, really, really good beer. So it's like the coconut is really like the kind of forefront on it, which I liked a lot. It still has that like nice like airy like like airy weediness kind of, I guess. Um, that really complemented the coconut. And honestly, it felt like I was not felt like, but it kind of reminded me of like drinking suntan lotion, which
In the best
sounds
way possible.
yeah, in the absolute best way possible. Like, in again, in a very, very good way. It felt like I should be on the beach,
With a
ice
bottle of
cold.
copper tone in your hand.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. I gave it a 4.25. James actually, which is funny, he kind of set the scene for it too. There's a bar in Hilton Head that's like right on the water, and he was like, dude, sitting out there in like 80-degree weather, one of these in hand, just chilling, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's the goal. That's the goal. So, very good beer.
That's a dream.
Hoboken Brewing. Like again, they had their all day ale, I think it was, which I really liked, and then this blonde. So, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for more stuff from them. They seem to do a really good job. I just hope that eventually they'll have a location because they cheers my post, so they're live on
They're
Untapped.
active. Good.
Yeah, so we'll see. Very good. Would
Do
recommend.
uh, do they brew through a different brewery?
I honestly haven't looked into it.
Like how Three Heads used to do it with Custom Brew Crafters. May it rest in peace.
It RIP in peace.
No, we have a
Um,
couple places like that around here where it's like, oh, we're just one building that brews like a bunch of different beers for local places.
I'm gonna look while someone else talks about their beers, their next beer.
Um, I'd be happy to go.
Yeah, do it up.
Please do.
Okay. All right. So I did, which the can art is just fantastic. Omegang Brewing Nomegang.
Oh,
I've seen that one all the time.
so good.
Yeah, I finally went for it at 9.5% ABV
A light
on a
one for you,
Wednesday.
Luke.
Yeah. Keeping it light during the week.
On his
Um
way to work.
Yeah.
so I described this as a boozy and spicy ale that was kind of bitter through the finish, slightly buttery in the middle, I felt. Um, and it had kind of a heavier mouthfeel, which made it more of an undertaking rather than an easy drinker, certainly. But there was an element of it that I didn't. Although it was a little bit boozy, it still didn't quite make it to 9.5% ABV. Like if I had to blind guess, I would have guessed like 7. Um, but it has like a very typical base taste of that style. But it was good, Brewery Omegang. I know what I'm getting out of their beer, and um I'm always happy with it. So this I gave a 4.25 on Untapped. I was happy with this.
I'm glad to hear it was good because I see it all the time. That's one of the Omegang beers that I can regularly find around either me or like here or even in New Hampshire. So maybe I'll pick it up. I have to go back to Total Wine I think later this week because I'm out of Shankies.
Oh, the
That's a
worst day of the
sin.
week.
It's brutal, man. That's really brutal. I kicked it when I came back. You know,
Worst day.
I was uh I was making alcoholic Guinness out of Guinness Zero by by combining it with Shanky.
How was that?
What do you think? It's awesome.
Oh, I love that.
Dude, it was one of those like I don't think I'm a degenerate because no one else can see me doing this, but also I don't think anyone would be opposed to it if I handed them a glass of it.
No, no, straight up.
I
On
brought
it. No, that
Shankies for all of us down in Florida. I got six little nips of Shankies, which come in like miniature, just miniature glass versions of the
Yep.
exact Shankies bottle.
and I think that's so fucking sick.
I don't care
Oh,
that
it's
they're
the
slightly
best.
more expensive.
No, it's worth it. It's worth it every time.
Yeah, we everyone was like, "Oh fuck, this is good," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is.
Dude,
That's why we're drinking it."
we need Shankies to sponsor us. They're not like so big time that they have like commercials, at least ones that I've seen. But like they're not so small that they couldn't help us out. So I think we got to get in touch with someone at Shankies so Shankies can be the official liquor of this podcast.
Yeah, when we do our liquor
Well,
subsidiary like quarterly or whatever.
Exactly.
well, they have been doing advertisements. They've been doing joint advertisements
Oh, really?
with another company. Yeah. Target, actually.
Huh.
Really?
No.
Fuck you, Luke.
Like I mean you're in the alcohol scene. I was like, yeah, Luke knows what he's talking about. Listen, I saw Post Malone and Shane Gillis sit there and talk about how you're not allowed to drink in a beer commercial. So I believe most things. I'm not. I'm.
It's true.
Which I think that had to be one of my favorite Super Bowl commercials this year. Was Shane Gillis and Post Malone just revving up this backyard barbecue with a Bud Light grill, and then the best, at least my favorite part, the lady goes, "Wow, your lawnmower has a smoker in it," and he goes, "No, my smoker cuts the grass." And I was
Well,
like,
they had a really, really long cooler
mm-hmm.
behind the mower, which I genuinely I hope that that is not a gimmick. Like I
Oh
hope
yeah,
that exists out there.
it's a one of one 36-foot cooler.
Extra cool. Do you know
It
Shanky's
could
on their
not get cooler.
website has a link you can click to get like high quality art for them, and so that way you can get the Shanky's logo tattooed on you.
No way.
It just says get inked. Download artwork for tattoos here.
Boys, what are we betting?
Oh,
What are we betting that we have to get Shanky's tattoos on?
Three
We're
dollars?
gonna
I
need
don't know.
you know
Like
how no, you know how like if anybody listens to Pardon My Take, they do like they have a I think they call it a pinky team. Like if that team wins the Super Bowl, you have to cut off your pinky. And luckily it hasn't happened yet. I
I
think
I I have actively lost part of one of my fingers. So like I'm not never doing that again, man. I'm
not a
short an
pinky team.
eighth of an index finger and it already wasn't fun.
I mean Luke's short two thumbs.
yeah, but that didn't cause me any
I
pain.
think it's one whole
Embarrassment,
thumb.
sure, but
Like
pain,
I
no.
think it's one whole thumb like worth of
Combined.
thumb length between the two of them.
I
Yeah.
don't
It's
know.
like
I
I mean
think
again, I've got my short finger like it happens, you know. You cut your fingertip off in high school, it happens.
yeah, you get over it. I
Yeah,
I love that, and I think we need to figure out like a game or something because I think I wouldn't be opposed to getting the Shanky's logo tattooed on me.
How will he
I
be
think that'd be
buried in
pretty
a
sick.
Jewish cemetery then? Crazy. I've been it's on my spontaneous bucket list to not
To be
bucket
buried
list.
in a Jewish cemetery?
No, I want to get another tattoo soon, man.
Oh, okay. Respect, respect.
No, dude, it's one of those things. I'm glad I have self self control. Otherwise, I just would not have any money, and I would just be unrecognizable.
It's just an arm sleeve of all liquor logos, is what he have.
Well, hey, they provided the art. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
true.
glad, well, I'm glad that they have both color and black and white versions because the thing I was talking to one of my friends actually about this earlier today, how like I have two tattoos right now. I have a black one on my right side and I have a color one on my left side. So I think I'm just gonna like keep that split going where I'll have color on one side and black on the other.
Cool.
So that's
Yeah.
called Jim Crow.
No, there's multiple colors here, not just black and white.
We're
So it's
we're
worse.
Yeah, I'm
it's
exclusive.
even further divisiveness.
Yeah, actually, this is how you guys out me as a racist. Okay,
During COVID, oh, sorry.
no, keep going, Luke.
No, yeah, I want to hear where this is going.
I want to hear where this is
No, no, no.
going.
I was gonna say during COVID, so I don't have any tattoos. I don't have plans to get tattoos, but during COVID, I watched, and this is no exaggeration, hours of Ink Masters.
Why?
I don't know why I did, but I got sucked into that show, and I watched it exclusively on Facebook Reels or Facebook.
You're the only person I know that uses that feature of Facebook, Luke.
They had entire episodes on there, and so I would just watch that, and
Just
then
sit on the
so
shitter
it's
and he
like,
gets.
yeah, it was
It
early
really,
on too, so it was everything was canceled. So I would just go on that, and then all of a sudden I would look up, and it's dark out. I'm like, how many of these did I watch? And
that's
I would
like
scroll up, and it's like six of them that I went through.
it's there's like a new SpongeBob movie like about plankton coming out soon. And I think someone already posted the whole thing on Twitter.
Oh God.
I brought it up at lunch one day because we have like it's great, dude. At my office we have like it's like the high school lunch table all over again or like at Gracie's in college. Like you're just hanging out like for an hour eating lunch, but we're grown adults. And I was like, "Yeah, you see the new Plankton movie?" Because my friend, she's really into SpongeBob, and she's like, "Dude, I already found the whole thing on Twitter."
Watch it 6 times.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing all day at work. All right, but what I did do is I drank a beer.
And
We
then I
got to get
drank another
moving.
beer.
And then I drank another beer called Tropical Roselle from Fair State
Oh,
Brewing Co-op. This is a sour ale, a fruited sour beer, in fact. Um, 6% ABV. And I picked it up because I said, "Ooh, that's a pretty can. I like that design."
we like nice cans.
And the first word before I even knew the name, it said, "A summer sipper, jam-packed with pineapple, mango, a splash of lime, and a healthy dose of hibiscus." And I said, "Well, I'm doing summer sippers, so I might as well drink this beer." Um, I gave this beer 3.5. Slightly better, I would say, than the Hawaii 5 Ale. This is like if you took like you guys ever have I'm assuming Keegan's had a higher chance of had this than Luke. Like an agua frescas, like hibiscus water at like a Mexican restaurant or something like that.
Nope.
No.
Damn. Really
Sorry,
good.
Donnie.
Next time you're getting tacos, get the agua frescas. But it's like hibiscus juice basically, like a hibiscus water. It's like a flower that makes it purple. That's what this tasted like as a beer. It was a really good balance of like sweet and sour. I didn't get like many of like much of the pineapple or mango in this, but I did get like strong hibiscus flavors, and then there was a good like lime tartness to kind of round it out. Um, I thought it was like overall a good beer. Again, this tasted like something I've had before, but in a beer form. So I'm gonna be predisposed to liking it because why have things that can get you sober when they can get you drunker?
They don't call it sober there, drunk fat.
Hibiscus is a very hibiscus is a very interesting flavor. The my wine guy at the Rochester Public Market does a lot of his like organic, natural, fruity tooty ooh la la wines that I drink a lot of. Um, with hibiscus in it, and he's got like there's always stuff floating in it, sinking. Some sinks, some floats, but there's a lot of shit in it. It's awesome. Yes, Keegan.
Question for you. First of all, you look like you would have a wine guy, and I love that you do. Um, second of all, isn't all wine fruity tooty because of the fucking grapes?
Yes, I'm just using a descriptor, Keegan.
But it describes all wines.
So let me ask you this. How long did you have your hand up with my delay? Was it up for a few minutes?
Dude, my arm's sore actually. It's been several hours.
No, I love hibiscus. We had a debate when I was in Mexico for work. Like someone got like the hibiscus juice. And they were like, someone was like, oh, the other guy I was traveling with who is he's originally from Algeria but lives in the US. He's like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, oh, I think it's like hibiscus like flavored. And they're like, no, no, no. Like my coworkers from Mexico were like, no, 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 it's this. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like in English we call it hibiscus. They're like, no, I'm not sure. And then like we all Googled it at the same time. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're right. We don't know the English word for it. And I'm like, I'm not crazy, guys. Like, I know it, like, because they all looked at me when I ordered tacos in Spanish at the restaurant, and they were like, "Oh, you know?" And I'm like, "Yes, I know enough Spanish to get me by. I can order a beer, I can order a taco, I can ask where the bathroom is."
I can ask where the library is. That's all you need.
The take a,
Those
the,
those phrases,
Biblioteca.
those phrases, you're okay. You're gonna make it.
yeah, I watched the Spanish rap from Community. The biblioteca,
Dude, that
biblioteca.
show, the fact that like it fell off hard because it was so funny for the
And then they
first like
canceled. They fired the main writer, and then they canceled it.
yeah, and like it was so
And
funny
then it
for
was
the
on
first
Yahoo.
how many seasons, and then it was just like this kind of sucks.
The first 4 seasons, man.
Yes, yeah,
The
yep.
first 4 seasons, because then they fired Dan Harmon, and they got taken off of television because it was bad, and then Yahoo got bought the rights to it and brought it back with Dan Harmon.
Mm.
It's like
Was it good
fucking.
when it was brought back?
It was just wrapping things up because the whole joke was 6 seasons in a movie, and they had to make the sixth season. But also, uh, that show reminds me. Have you guys seen Arrested Development?
I need to
Yes.
watch it. I
It
haven't watched
it's
it.
the same thing happens. They like canceled and like brought that show back like 2 or 3 times, and by the end of it, it's just fucking Ron Howard narrating half the episode while Michael Cera and Jason Bateman do things. They're both dating
I
his
tried
daughter.
watching the newer stuff. Yeah.
I've seen the whole show. I think it like again. I think the aggregate of the show is good. It's just like it's like the last season of New Girl.
I haven't watched it. I'm watching it for the first time through right now with Caitlin.
Because
Love it so far.
New Girl also like got canceled, and then like they had one last season to like wrap things up. And I think you got to watch it through just to like for the closure.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Luke, did you experience any closure with beers going down your throat?
Well, I did both of mine. So I'm done. I know you probably haven't seen that clip or heard that audio yet because of the
No,
delay.
I'm still waiting on it, honestly.
I heard it. Maybe you're on a different timer than me.
I must be.
Uh,
But yes, I did. Yeah. Noma Gang was really interesting.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I was um I
Fuck.
was
I'm switching to NAs.
I was a little underwhelmed with it, but not I mean not disappointed, just I was hoping for a little bit more. So it would have gotten more if there was just one more element to it. One more element to it
Almost like
would
a
have
citrus zip or something, perhaps, instead of just like the pure
yes.
Belgian flavor.
Yes.
I get that. I like that pepperiness. I don't know that spiciness to a beer. My like it's not the same thing, but One of my favorite styles is like an English bitter. I love that spiciness. Oh, that's the other thing too from drinking around the world. If you don't get the fucking layered beer cocktails in England, you're doing it wrong. Because at the pub there, you can get a black and tan. You know, they'll give you car bombs. But I had, it was Guinness and Old Speckled Hen, which was just
Oh,
phenomenal, man.
whoa.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just a beer idea came to me when we opened BTDT Brewing. We're gonna call it "Oh Gnome You Didn't," and it's just gonna be Noma Gang, but with some citrus.
We're just gonna steal. We're just
We're
gonna steal
literally
from another brewery.
we're literally gonna take all of those cans of beer, dump them into a big container with some oranges, and then call it a day, and then we're done. And then we're done.
Uh, I want to. I can't remember if he was trying to do it at the brewery or just in his home brewing. I met like a guy who's one of the brewers for Goose Island. One time when I was at the tap room, like he was just sitting down before he was like had the night shift. And so he was just sitting down next to me having a beer and we were talking. He's like, dude, I'm just like trying to make Pacifico all the time. And so I'm like, amazing. Like, I mean, that was a beer I had. It was called Atlantico. And it was just like a craft beer that looked like Pacifico on a
I mean,
can. And then it tasted like Pacifico.
listen, the sincerest form of what is that saying?
Flattery?
Yeah, yeah, it's
No.
imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. That's what I was
Correct.
looking for. We get there. I'll get us there with a question if you guys are ready for it.
Please do.
Yes.
So I would like to know the best, or at least your favorite, which I think I know. I think I know both of your answers. The best summer day trip because we're talking about summer beers. So is it a beach day, a baseball game, or going to Six Flags slash your closest amusement park? I think those are three pretty solid summer activities. So I'd like to know.
I
And
got
I
mine
mean,
on lock, man.
if listen, if you want to do it in like CEI, EI, like structure, and give me like which beers you used, like everything like that, we'll see some essays, gentlemen. We'll throw back to seventh grade writing, but
Man, I'm
Just
already,
let us know the due date. We'll submit it.
dude, the
for you,
baseball
Luke,
games are coming fast.
oh yeah, for you, I knew it was baseball. That was easy. Luke,
What's your guess, Keegan, for me?
I think you're an amusement park guy.
Well, you mentioned Darien Lake, I believe, and you would be
Yep,
correct.
yep, yep.
I like going on the Superman.
Superman.
I believe it's the Man of Steel,
The
dumbass.
ride of steel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dumbass.
yeah.
My
Shit, I
friend, my
fucked it
I
friend,
up
was
too.
right in the end.
my friend used to work there. I'd go visit him. Um, I don't have a topic for next week. So we can either go back to the wheel format if you guys have anything you'd like to nominate, or someone can just say something and I'll say sure.
Um, I mean, I'm down for a wheel, but it doesn't matter. Luke,
Or
you look like you have
or
something to say.
should we make it a surprise for the viewer?
Oh, if we don't tell
And
them,
I guess that would just be a wild card, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I'm
acting
down.
like
I'm down for that. You know, I can.
well, so an idea that I had.
Yeah.
Everybody's working on their summer bodies right now, including myself. And I know that you can't hear the stomach taps, but I just tapped my stomach. Um, how about show us your cans? Let's just go with like two really sweet cans, regardless of style.
oh,
All right, I'm down.
Is
I'm
that
just gonna
okay?
keep this can for next week.
Listen, by the time that you actually get around to reviewing it, it'll be next episode, so it's all good.
I have an idea for the episode after that. So
So we're
actually.
chilling then.
We're
We're
chilling,
set to
man.
go.
We are so good at planning, guys.
We're so back.
Dude, no snowstorm can stop us.
No.
It stopped me. It fully stopped me.
Well, we're not you.
And
Only
thank God for that.
I don't know that guy, but sure, I'll thank him. Uh, we'll be back next week, and we'll show
Um,
you some nice cans in this audio format.
we'll show you our cans.